Okay, so dahil doon sa pag-integrate ng proto-eukaryote natin, ng ating prokaryote dati, kaya meron na tayo ngayong mitochondria at, at chloroplast, hindi ba? So, kaya meron tayo ngayong endosymbiotic theory.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Sino yun? Who was that interrupting class? How many times have I told you, no class, when we are in the session, please keep your microphones on mute. Sino ang kumakantang yon? Okay, walang aamen. Lahat kayo kakanta. Okay? Mr. Nino Andre Louis Cagimbal. Kantahin mo yung unang linya ng I Want It That Way.
Ako po, ma'am?
Yes, Mr. Cagimbal. Ngayon na. Kantahin mo na, ngayon na.
You are my fire.
O siya, next. Mr. Anton Lorenzo III.
The one desire.
Okay, next. Del Prado, Venturina, Binag.
Believe when I say, and I want it that way. But we are two worlds apart.
Oh, next, ladies.
Can reach to your heart
When you say it.
That I want it that way.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
ain't nothing but a mistake. I want it that way.
Okay, so it was you, Mr. Binag. Okay, stay after this meeting. We'll have to talk.
What we can do for you, I'm just in the crazy world, no static, singing. Jam on, 'cause Bex just got it. Come on now, everybody, we've got it going on for years. Jam on, 'cause Bex just got it. Come on now, everybody, we've got it going on for years. We've got it going on for years. As long as you love me. All the loneliness has always been a friend of mine. I'm leaving my life in your hands. People say I'm crazy and that I am blind, risking it all in a glance. How you got me blind is still a mystery. I can't get you out of my head. Don't care what is written in your history, as long as you're here with me. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me. Every little thing that you have said and done feels like it's deep within me. Doesn't really matter if you're on the run. It seems like we're meant to be. I don't care who you are, who you where you're from, where you're from, you did, as long as you love me. I know you are, who you where you're from, where you're from, you did, as long as you love me. Yeah. Everybody, yeah. Rock your body, yeah. Everybody, yeah. Rock your body right. Back streets back, alright. Hey, now, oh my God, we're back again. Brothers, sisters, everybody sing. Gonna bring the flame, I'll show you how. Got a question for you, better answer now. Yeah. Am I original? Yeah. Am I the only one? Yeah. Am I sexual? Yeah. Am I everything you need? You better rock your body now. Everybody, yeah. Rock your body, yeah. Everybody, rock your body right. Back streets back, alright. Alright. Now throw your hands up in the air. Wave them around like you just don't care. If you wanna party, let me hear you, yeah. 'Cause we got it going on again. Am I original? Yeah. Am I the only one?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our program. To start, may I invite everyone for a brief moment of silence for the opening prayer, to be followed by the singing of our national anthem.
Join me as we pray to the Lord our God for the success of this event. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather here today. Bless each person present at this General Assembly. We pray that this event will be successful, productive, and blessed. Holy Spirit, we also ask for your guidance and wisdom in these trying times. We know and feel that everyone has their own battles to face. Help us achieve everything that our hearts desire. Lord, we give you the glory for what we accomplish. In Jesus' name, Amen. Saint Thomas Aquinas, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Hello, fellow Tumashan biologists and microbiologists, and welcome to Symbiosis 2.0, the Biological Sciences Department General Assembly. I'm Paulo Aguilar, your program host, and I would like to start by asking you guys, kamusta kayo? I know that these are difficult times, but I hope that everyone here with us this afternoon is safe, vaccinated hopefully, and watching at the comfort of your own home. It has almost been a month since the start of classes, and surely most of us are still adjusting with the new school year. To our second, third, and fourth year, Ates and Kuyas, welcome back. And to our dear freshmen and transferees, our warmest welcome to you as well. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of my fellow esteemed faculty members from the Department of Biological Sciences. Today, in this momentous occasion, we gather together, students and faculty alike, as one big family. And to officially welcome us into this gathering, let us hear from our dean, the ever so efficient and dynamic, and the proud Tomasian biologist himself, Professor Raydon S. Papa, PhD.
Our dearest BS Microbiology and BS Biology students, welcome to this year's Symbiosis. Of course, this is the second time that the Department of Biological Sciences is holding the um, Symbiosis General Assembly of the department um, under the enriched virtual mode of teaching and learning. Now, we hope that even though that we are holding this activity online and even as a pre-recorded activity for everyone, we hope that you could sense the warm welcome and the camaraderie that we in the Department of Biological Sciences have. Of course, we have a lot to be proud of because the bio department, of course, houses the biggest population of biology students in the entire country. And we have, of course, the BS Microbiology program being the only BS Microbiology program being offered in the entire country as well. So apart from these distinctions, we also have the largest population of faculty members, no, in the entire College of Science, and our strength does not only rely in our numbers, but also in terms of our productivity, in terms of academics, in terms of research, and in terms of community and extension services. So as we all hope and pray for an end to this pandemic and look forward to the time that we see each other, we hope that even though we are in a virtual environment, you would feel the drive for excellence of the students and the faculty members of the Department of Biological Sciences. And we hope that we, your mentors in the bio program, would serve not only as your teachers inside the classroom, but also as role models of how compassionate, committed, and competent Thomasian biologists and microbiologists should be in order for us to be able to contribute to the progress of the sciences in our country, as well as contribute to national development. So we hope you enjoy the activity that has been prepared by the Department of Biological Sciences for you guys this afternoon. And we hope to have a very fruitful and worthwhile learning experience for the entire academic year 2021 to 2022. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
All right. Thank you so much, Dean Papa, for gracing us with your presence in this event and for your kind words of welcome. It is definitely not easy for the most of us to cope with another academic year of enhanced virtual mode of learning. But with you at the helm, I am confident that the department and the college as a whole will thrive and be productive even in the midst of this pandemic. I always remember what you often tell us, that with faith and science, we will see an end to this pandemic. With the frequent natural calamities, climate change, scarcity in food supply, and the emergence and reemergence of diseases like what gave us this pandemic, being a biologist or a microbiologist has never been this relevant. The journey towards an exciting career, be it in the biomedical, microbiological, environmental, or the industrial field, begins with your stay with us in the department. And to walk us through the illustrious history as well as the current state of the department, allow me to introduce our speaker. Apart from being a Thomasian biologist, his research interests in fish and coral reef ecology led him to finish his Master of Science and Doctor of Philosophy degrees in marine biology from Silliman University in Negros Occidental. Since then, he has been handling both lecture and laboratory courses in ecology, statistical biology, and general zoology. At present, he is the one who attends to our academic concerns and ensures that our learning environment is as good as we can have, especially now that we are at our second year of enhanced virtual mode of learning. Let us now welcome our beloved and ever dependable chair of the Department of Biological Sciences, Assistant Professor Richard Thomas B. Pavia, PhD.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Symbiosis 2.0, the second fully online General Assembly of the Department of Biological Sciences. Before anything else, I hope that everyone is well and good despite the challenging and trying times that we are in. I'd like to thank all the faculty and students who took the time to attend our event for this afternoon. I'd like to start our General Assembly by explaining the title or the theme that's always used for our General Assembly, which is symbiosis. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this word. It's been bandied around in zoology and in ecology especially. When you look at the word symbiosis, this literally means living together. The picture you see here is that of a coral polyp and the zooxanthellae, colonies of single-celled algae that live inside the tissues of the polyps of the coral. They live together, they work together to ensure the survival of the coral in the nutrient-poor waters of the coral reefs. The coral doesn't need to feed anymore because the algae that lives inside its tissues produces excess food that can be used by the corals. The corals, meanwhile, provide safe tissue, safe home for these single-celled algae so that they don't get eaten or preyed upon by other organisms in the coral reef. It's physically the same as what is happening in our department. In our department, we have teachers, we have students, and even though we have different functions in our department, we always come together to work for a greater whole. Okay? For example, you are here to learn from us, but we also learn from you. There are times that you follow us, there are times that we look up to you. Sometimes we're on different levels, sometimes we're on the same plane. We embody, we exhibit a various melange of relationships, all for the greater stability and the greater good and the improvement of everyone in the system. I'd like to start by detailing the story of the Department of Biological Sciences over the course of many years from its inception to the present day. And I'd like to focus on the most important events. Okay, so let's start in 1927 when the College of Liberal Arts, the former College of Science, moved to the main building. In 1947, the Department of Zoology was established. After that, in 1952, the BS General program was initiated. Now, this was the time when the quote-unquote biology department catered to many students who wanted to use it as a pre-med course before they entered medicine. And that's why it was called the BS General program, because it offered many or most of the courses that were prerequisites for entry into the College of Medicine. In 1964, the College of Liberal Arts was renamed as the College of Science, the one that exists up to this day. In 1979, the BS General Accelerated Program and the BS Microbiology Program were started in the College of Science. The BS General Accelerated was a program in which students could finish their 4-year degrees in 3 years. The 4th year was divided between 2 summers, summer between 1st and 2nd year, summer between 2nd and 3rd year. So this was a program that would attract people who wanted to enter medicine faster. And then, of course, we have the BS microbiology program rather, that stands to this day as the only pure BS microbiology program in the country. In other schools, they only have major in microbiology programs. Okay, so for those students who are taking up BS microbiology, consider yourselves very unique that you are studying it as a pure BS microbiology program. From 1981 to 1982, this was when they started the BS biology program. So the BS general program was phased out and BS biology replaced it. In 1988, the lecture and laboratory classes for the different subjects that had these two components was split. For the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th years, no, and even the freshmen, you'll notice later on when you have friends in other schools that their lecture and lab classes are fused together into a 5-unit course. But with us, the lecture and the laboratory courses are separate. It has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. But for us, we stick to this because we see that it is the best for our students, because there are some risks involved when the lecture and the lab are placed together. Because if you don't do good in your lab, it's going to pull down your overall grade. By separating the lecture and the lab, we ensure that your performance will be vastly improved and your chances for passing are improved as well. In 1992, the last batch of BS zoology students graduated from the college. Now, in 1999, the Department of Biological Sciences was awarded by the Commission on Higher Education as a Center of Development. This was a program initiated by the Commission on Higher Education to ensure quality education. They looked at many standards and they check all the resources of the department from the smallest to the greatest detail. And then based on it, the department was placed under the Center of Development. Not only was it a status symbol for the department, but it also allowed us to get funds from CHED to improve our program in terms of research and scholarships. In 2004, the BS Biology accelerated courses had their last batch. For various reasons, the accelerated program was discontinued at this time. It wasn't because it was not successful, but we have to remember that for every generation, there are different sets of priorities. And at least for this period, the BS Accelerated program did not attract as many students as in previous years. So it was decided to end it. Now, in 2006, the CHED renewed our Center of Development status, which shows you that the standard and quality of education that we teach you remains the same. In 2010, we went one step further. We were awarded by the CHED as a Center of Excellence. So from Center of Development, we went to Center of Excellence, which just shows that not only were we able to maintain our quality of education, but we also vastly improved it. And we were one of the first BS Biology programs to be awarded the Center of Excellence. And in 2015, this Center of Excellence award was also renewed, which shows that it's continuing up to this day. Now, in 2017, we passed the AUN accreditation, AUN accreditation, also the PACUCOA Level 4 accreditation. These are two separate accrediting bodies which were designed and are designed to monitor and to check the level of education that we teach you, that we offer you. PACUCOA is, we are a member of the PACUCOA, and it's a conglomerate, a consortium of local universities, national universities in the country, and we were granted a level 4 accreditation, which is the highest in the different levels of accreditation. Now, for AUN, the ASEAN Universities Network, we were also accredited, so we are now accredited internationally for both our biology and microbiology programs. In 2018, meaning this affects both the second, everyone actually, first, second, third, and fourth years, you're now under the revised BS Biology and BS Microbiology curricula. Now, what does this mean? Before you, meaning the most recent graduates, they only had BS Biology and of course BS Microbiology. And especially for the BS Biology program, students were always saying they felt it was just a general course, meaning those who wanted to take up environmental studies had the same subject as those who wanted to become doctors or those who wanted to become researchers. They did not feel that they were unique in their batch or they were unique compared to graduates from other schools. This led to the development of the tracks that you are enrolled in right now: environmental biology, industrial biology, and medical biology, as well as a vastly improved microbiology curriculum. This does not mean that the previous curricula were inferior. We are just adapting and adjusting our curricula based on the needs of the students and the needs of industry. And these are the most recent updates that we have until this year. Now, I want to introduce the faculty to you. For the second, the third, and the fourth year students, you will see familiar faces. And for the freshmen, for the first year students, this is your chance to see most of the faculty of the Department of Biological Sciences. For the freshmen especially, part of your passage into the College of Science and the Department of Biological Sciences is when you stand in the corridor and when you wait for your teachers to come into class. As each day passes, you will see various teachers coming in and out of the department, the physical department, and you get to know their faces and later associate their names and the subjects that they teach. However, that is not possible at this moment because of the various levels of quarantine that we are facing. And so this is the perfect time for you to be able to see the faculty members that we have in the college. Why is it important for everyone to know the different faculty members in the college? Later on, guys, you will know the different specializations and focused researches of your different faculty members so that later on, when you attend your research courses, when you want to make your thesis, you will already have an idea of who among the faculty members you are going to approach to become your advisor later on. So let's start with the general overview of the department. We are a very big department. Okay, in terms of the number of faculty members, we are the biggest in the College of Science with 70 faculty members. When I entered the department as an instructor in 1995, I think there were only 25 or 30 faculty members, and it has vastly increased. And the greatest increase has been in the past few years as we had our new curricula because we needed to teach new subjects and we started hiring teachers who were experts in their fields. Of the 70, 66 are active faculty members, okay? Meaning they are actively teaching in the department and they are present in all your subjects, okay? At least in the subject that they teach. So there are 36 full-time and tenured faculty members. There are 9 full-time tenured track faculty members on the road to tenureship. And then there are 25 part-time faculty members, those teaching 12 units and below. We have 4 faculty who are on leave, 2 are on sabbatical leave, and 2 are on study leave. So they will be back soon. Hopefully before you graduate, you'll be able to see these faculty members who are on leave. Now, just to give you a distribution on the different ranks of the faculty members, know that the faculty members in the whole university are divided into ranks. You have the instructors, the assistant professors, the associate professors, and the full professors. There are ranks within these ranks, okay? 5 levels of instructors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 levels for assistant professors, 5 for associate professors, and 5 for full professors. The rank does not denote the intelligence of the faculty members. It just shows you the passage that they have in the College of Science and in the department, okay? People are assigned a rank when they come in based on their qualifications, and each year that they're promoted, they move 1 rank up. Okay, and you can see that we have a good spread of the various ranks in the department. So mostly the younger faculty, those who have just come in, are the instructors, and then you move towards the more veteran faculty members who are in full professor ranks. We also have 1 adjunct and 2 visiting faculty members. They are in the same league as your regular faculty members, but their entry into the College of Science and into the department used a different pathway. This is usually a very fast pathway, and we are utilizing this to ensure that you get the best teachers for your specialized courses. Now, when you look at the faculty members who have PhDs, okay, 15 of your faculty members who have PhD degrees obtained them from prestigious universities abroad in North America, in Europe, in Southeast Asia, and in Greater Asia. And 12 of your faculties who have PhD degrees obtained them from Philippine universities, either as full programs or as sandwich PhD programs. Okay? And we also have 8 faculty members, presently master's degree holders, who are on the way to getting their PhDs. Now, you have to be very proud, guys, of the profile of the faculty of the Department of Biological Sciences, because we have master's and PhD degree holders. The highest concentration, okay, are in the College of Science compared with all the other colleges in the university, which shows you that your faculty members are very They prioritize quality of education, they prioritize research, and they want to ensure that they get the highest educational attainment. And this translates to better teaching and research from which you will all benefit. Now, for the faculty members who have master's degrees, 3 were obtained from abroad and 35 were obtained from Philippine universities. Okay, so you will see that even within the ones who have a master's degree, the quality of education is very, very good. And again, this translates to a better, your teachers have the best knowledge, the best skills in order to transfer the knowledge to you. We also have full-time doctors teaching in the Department of Biological Sciences. This was not the case, years ago, because we only had several token faculty members who were also doctors, coincidentally. But now, especially that we have the medical biology degree, there are subjects that we really want to be taught by medical doctors, and this will be observed and noticed by those in their 3rd and 4th years. Your teachers in the various specialized medical degree courses are those that are taught by pure doctors, graduates of the University of Santo Tomas Faculty of Medicine and Surgery. Now, many of your faculty members are researchers in the various research arms of the university. Now, both for the social sciences and the natural sciences. So there are 21 researchers from the pool of the department who are full-time researchers, 4 of them in the social sciences and 17 for the research center for the natural and applied sciences. 26 are also members of the NRCP, the National Research Council of the Philippines. 12 are associate members and 14 are regular members. Now, guys, what does this mean? Why should we be happy and proud that many of our faculty are doing research? This means that your faculty members are not just, reading books and then relaying it to you. Your faculty members are active researchers and they are always in touch with the specialized fields that they work in. And this means that when they teach you, it will always be first-hand information. It's not just something that they read from the book. So again, this is quality content that is given to you. Now, this does not mean that the other faculty members are not doing research. Even faculty members who are not part of the various research arms of the university, they're also doing active researches and they're also assisting students in their thesis. Okay, so almost all our faculty members are familiar with research methods, and this again means that you will always be getting quality first-hand information from them. This is just a broad overview, a very small sample of the research productivity of your faculty members. Of course, we cannot fit everything into 1 or 2 slides because there's just so many. And this shows you that your faculty members are very active in the field of research. Remember, guys, that research is only one thing. To prove and to validate that your research is well done, it has to be published. Anyone can do research, anyone can post on the internet. Anyone can do a video and post it on YouTube. But when a certain research is accepted in a respected publication, in a respected journal, it means that all the experts in that field, those that have reviewed the paper, have found that it is sound, well, and good. And this means that your researchers, your teachers who have done research are world class, okay? So your faculty members who are experts in their fields are all actively publishing the results of their research. And this again translates, it means that you are getting the best education from them. Now, from time to time, guys, if you're interested to see the publication of your faculty members, make sure you're always updated and you always visit the Facebook page of the Department of Biological Sciences, as well as the Facebook page of the College of Science, because every time a new publication comes out, we post it there, and we even post the link so that you can access these publications. This is important so that you will already know what your field of interest is later on, so that you will not be surprised when you get to enroll in your thesis subject. Even in your second or third years, even in your first years, you have to think deeply and try to see, what do I want to do as my research study? And then by looking and checking the different publications as they come in, you will slowly develop a feel for what you want, and you will also know who the faculty member that you want to guide you or teach you. Now, let's look at the department administrative roster. So I'm there, I'm cleaner, less beard, less mustache, more hair. Okay. This was taken a few years ago. So I'm the chair of the Department of Biological Sciences. And this is just a broad framework of the administrators that are found in my group. You have two coordinators. We have Dr. Ruel Bennett, who is the coordinator for microbiology, and we have Dr. Lloyda Medina, who is the coordinator for STS, Science, Technology, and Society. Now, the reason why we have coordinators is, like I said, the department is just too big for one person to handle or to manage effectively. And especially now that the department is the one that is teaching all the STS courses in the university. Now more than ever, we need a centralized approach. That's why we have Dr. Bennett for microbiology and Dr. Medina for STS. Now we also have one laboratory supervisor, Dr. Dicky Dagama. He's the one who checks our laboratories, looks at the quality of the materials. He's the one who ensures that all our materials are up to date and world class, okay? And that we always get the newest models of the different equipment. Right now, it's not something that we can appreciate because, of course, we cannot even enter the university. So I think for the fourth years, you were able to experience the the equipment that we have in our world-class facilities. For the first, second, and some of the third-year students, I can assure you, we can just hope that in the next few months, things will improve and that you can see the different facilities that we have for our laboratories. And Dr. Dagamak is the one responsible for them. Now we also have Miss Wei, Miss Hawei Su. She is our e-learning specialist. So for many of you who have problems with your Blackboard, with your Zoom accounts, whenever you get an e-ticket and they tell you to wait, she's the one who's handling everything, okay? They are well trained by the EdTech and they all have the skills, and she has the skill to manage everything and to help all of you out. So you will see her name regularly. She may be contacting you if you have problems with your Blackboard or Cloud Campus account. Now we also have Miss Bridget Arrogancia. She's the department secretary. For many of you who have been emailing the department for questions, like for example, some of the shifters, some of the transferees, and many of the freshmen, and even the second, third, and fourth year students, whenever you have concerns with the department and you email it to the department email address, she will be the one to reply to you or to send back your form. So now you know who she is, okay? She's the silent worker of the department, in the department. So these are the faces of the department administration. Now we also have, guys, the ad hoc committee, again comprised by myself as chair. We also have Dr. Bennett as coordinator of microbiology, Dr. Medina as coordinator for the STS. We have Dr. Santos and Assistant Professor Jesmos. Now, this five-man body is responsible for evaluating the faculty members in the department. Know that the different faculty members in the department always undergo regular evaluation. The second, the third, and the fourth year students already know this because oftentimes you're asked to go to a certain a certain portal or a certain website, a certain link, wherein you will evaluate the different faculty members that are assigned to your class. You evaluate them based on delivery, performance, skills. But that's just part of the evaluation. There will also be an evaluation from the teacher's perspective, meaning the five of us will be the ones evaluating your teachers. Why do we need to have an ad hoc committee, guys? Because this is just like quality control in the department. All our faculty members are good. We don't have bad faculty members, but we have to maintain a certain standard of excellence. And the only way to do it is to constantly monitor the performance of the faculty members. Okay. So sometimes during evaluation years, evaluation months, you will see some of us emailing you, contacting you, asking you something about your faculty members, asking about your classes and your concerns. So don't be surprised during evaluation when you hear from us. Okay, so don't be afraid to get in touch with us. Now, I'd just like to update you on the new faculty, the department. Last semester was the most productive recruitment effort of the department. Now, we had a lot of new hires in the department, and for many of you, you know them now. You will see their names again when I show you their specializations in the department. But they're the ones here who were hired last term. And for many of you, the second, third, and the fourth year students now, many of them have been your teachers already. Okay. Now, we have 4 new faculty members coming in for this term. We have Dr. Edgar Lerma, who will be teaching one of the elective courses, pathophysiology. And then we also have Assistant Professor Dr. Siti Macabago, who will be handling various microbiology-related subjects. We have Ms. Ginea Cortez, who will be handling several STS and environmental science courses. And of course, we have Dr. Vincent Zamora, who will be handling human anatomy, physiology, and histology and histopathology courses. So to our new faculty members, welcome to the college, welcome to the department. And to the students, I hope you can welcome our new faculty members into your class. Now, when we look at the faculty members of the department, the 70 faculty members, you will note that one teacher cannot teach all subjects. We know the saying, Jack of all trades, master of none. Your faculty members each will have specialized fields of interest, and the best teaching will be done by faculty who teach what they know, who teach what they love, and who teach what their passion is. And because of this, the faculty members are divided into different academic clusters. We have those who are under the medical biology cluster, those who are under the industrial biology cluster, those under the environmental biology cluster. Of course, we have the microbiology cluster and those under the STS and environmental science cluster. Now, I'd just like to tell you that just because a teacher is found in the med bio cluster doesn't mean that he or she will not be teaching industrial biology students or environmental biology students. It just means that their field of specialization lies within this sphere of interest. So these are the various teachers that you will have in your classes. In the medical biology cluster, we have Dr. Albano, Dr. Aguilar, Ms. Carson, Dr. Lerma, Dr. Ligsay, Dr. Maramba, Associate Professor Pagulayan, Dr. Ramos, Dr. Rimando, Dr. Tan, Mr. Tolentino, and Dr. Zamora. Okay? So they will be handling many of the medical biology courses. Now, for the industrial biology courses, the main teachers are here. We have Dr. Arafiles. Okay, we have Father Dr. Nicanor Austriaco, Ms. Natalie Del Agua, Ms. Crisali Lagan, Dr. Sabit, Mr. Rondolo, and Dr. Maningas. So for many of the industrial biology students, they will be your regular faculty members, but students in other tracks will also have them in their specialized courses that you will be taking in the next few terms. And then, of course, we have the largest cluster, the environmental biology cluster. Remember, we don't just teach ecology because when you talk about faculty members who specialize in botany, who specialize in zoology, they are the ones who are found under this group because, of course, environmental biology encompasses plants and animals. Okay, so we have Dr. Alejandro, we have Ms. Alfeche, Dr. Baisa, Mr. Binag, Dr. Briones, Dr. Chavez, Dr. Legama, Assistant Professor Jesmos, Ms. Escobar, Ms. Wei, uh, Assistant Professor Javier, Miss Lola. Okay, we have Mr. Lorenzo, we have Dr. Moran, the college secretary, we have Mr. Ordas, we have Dr. Pagirigan, Miss Assistant Professor Pangilinan, we have Dr. Papa, the Dean of the College of Science, we have myself, we have Mr. Peralta, Miss Santor, Mr. Soliven, and Mr. Venturina. And we also have, okay, so we are the ones who will be teaching your zoology and botany related subjects. Okay, so we will be handling all of the tracks and you'll be seeing us regularly as you progress through your 4 years in the Department of Biological Sciences. Now we go to the microbiology track, the sphere of microbiology. We have the various teachers who will be teaching your microbiology courses, both for the BS Microbio as well as the different biology tracks. We have Assistant Professor Abrantes, we have Dr. Bennett, we have Dr. Chang, Ma'am De Jesus, Dr. Dedeles, Dr. De La Cruz, Dr. Macabago, Dr. Medina, Dr. Papa, Dr. Santos, Dr. Valdez, and Ms. Carmi Vicera. Okay, now, we also have now, as I mentioned, the STS and Environmental Science cluster. Many of you might be thinking, why do we have that cluster, you know? We don't have a BS Environmental Science, but remember, we are the ones teaching STS and Environmental Science throughout the university. Therefore, all these faculty members come together in a cluster because they need to coordinate with each other to give the best designed courses for STS and Environmental Science for students throughout the university. Okay, we have Ma'am Arbias, Sir Batucan, Ms. Cortez, Mr. Castillo, Mr. Del Prado, Ma'am Dr. Rosario Garcia, Dr. Moises Garcia, Ms. Shana Hinavia, Ma'am Laiko, Ma'am Miranda, Sir Oliver, and Sir Paner. Okay, we also have Pauline Perez, Ms. Tolod, Ms. Wagan, and Ms. Zamudio. So they may not be your teachers in STS, but they are also teaching other subjects as well. So you will be seeing them in your various courses in the succeeding terms. Now, I'd like to introduce the course coordinators for the various courses in the department. What are course coordinators? The course coordinators are those assigned to monitor the different classes, the different teachers who teach a certain course. Like for example, if you have Bio 422, which is zoology, you know. So if you have a course coordinator for zoology, like in this case we have Ma'am Jesmos, what will happen is she will be coordinating with all the teachers that are teaching that course, and she will ensure that the course plan is being taught by all, that everyone follows the entire course plan in each successive step. She will be the one to review quizzes. She will be the one to review the pacing of the courses. And she will also be the one to review and collate the examinations. So why is this important? This ensures that students in all sections get equal quality education. Because it's very hard if teachers just go about teaching their own particular way. They may be the best teachers, but the different students will have different levels of exposure and experience if they are not working together. That's why course coordinators are very important. And here you have the various course coordinators for your various subjects. I won't repeat their names again because I mentioned their names early on. So you look around, I'll give you a few seconds to look to see who the course coordinators are for your subjects. Okay, so after looking at the course coordinators, let's go through the various courses that you will be that you are part of for this term. Okay, okay. I mean, let's go back first. No, I skipped a bit. So let's look at the advisors first. Now, why are advisors important? I think many of you were already able to meet your class advisors. Why are class advisors important? Now, when you are in a university, this is so much different compared to when you were in high school. In high school, you're always in constant communication with your teachers. No, you can just go to the faculty room and see your teacher. But in the university level, things are different. Your faculty members may be very busy. There are so many students looking for faculty members. Your teachers may be researchers. They may be in the field. They may be part-time, full-time. And for students, sometimes it's very hard for you to get information given to you, for some of your concerns to be answered. That's why we assign one faculty member per section, and normally this is one of your present teachers so that he or she will be in constant contact with you. And the role of the advisors is to bridge the gap between you and the administration, specifically the department and the college. So whenever the college feels that a certain memo or a certain announcement needs to be discussed with the class, it is passed on to the department. The department passes it on to your advisors, and your advisors will discuss it with you. So please love and appreciate your class advisors. Do not shy away from them. Do not be afraid of them. You know their emails already. You can simply check it out using the website of the biology department, and feel free to tell them your concerns, not just not just academically. If you have other problems or issues, feel free to contact them, because they're the ones who will help you in your stay in the College of Science. Of course, your advisor cannot stay with you for your entire 4 years. Every semester, this changes, because, of course, your teacher now may not be your teacher next term. Okay, so these are your class advisors. Now, note, guys, there was some confusion early on, because if you looked at your schedules, you had a certain block of time for the class advisors, for your talk with your class advisors. This is your homeroom period. Know, guys, that the homeroom period is not, should not be, or is not meant to be utilized every week. This is just a block of time, so that whenever there's a concern that the advisor needs to meet you, or you need to meet with your advisor, that is the time that you can utilize to talk to each other. Okay, so don't mistake it for a time that you need to meet for each week. Okay, so these are the various class advisors for the first year classes. Look at your section and then look at your advisors, and they will be one of your teachers already. These are the second year advisors. You have your third year advisors. And then you have your fourth year advisors. Now, the BioSoc and Microsoc will be given a copy of this list of advisors. And I think you yourselves already know who your advisors are. Many of you have already met your advisors, because I think when the class elections took place, I think you had to have your advisors sign the election results. Okay. Now, let's look at the student body. How many students are there in the biology department? As of last count, as of the last few days after the enrollment, and no, guys, that enrollment is still taking place, we have 1,464 students. We are the largest population in the College of Science. There are 213 BS Microbiology students and 1,251 BS Biology students. Now, among the BS Biology students, 994 belong to the medical biology sections. Then we have 106 students for the environmental biology sections. And then we have 141 students in the industrial biology sections. And then we have a few students who are still part of the old curriculum. They are still with us while they are finishing their courses that they were not able to take up during their early years. Okay. Now, among the BS biology students, in terms of year level, we have 338 freshmen, we have 379 second year students, we have 376 juniors, and 371 seniors. This is a good spread because it shows you that we have almost an equal number of students for each of the year levels, which shows you that students remain in their courses, in their sections, in their year levels as they progress through their 4-year stay in the college. Now, for the past batch of graduates, we were able to graduate 52 BS biology students. This was the old curriculum, and 1 BS microbiology curriculum. So this was the sayonara event, no? The graduate send-off during the graduation a few months back. Some of you might ask, especially the first years, why did we only have 52 BS biology graduates and only 1 BS microbiology student who graduated? This is because, if you remember, you are already part of the K to 12 generation. Before you, we had only a few sections that we were able to accommodate because, of course, you entered your junior high and then your senior high. So there were no students coming into the college, into the department. But we were still able to get 2 sections for BS biology, and we did not have any 4th-year section last time. And there was only 1 person who finished their degrees in microbiology. But now, as you can see, we have a full set of students for both the 4th-year microbiology and 4th-year biology track courses. Now, like I mentioned earlier, let's look at the various current course offerings for the department. Now, for the first-year biology students, for this first semester, you'll be taking general botany laboratory, general zoology, during general zoology laboratory. We have theology 1, PE, we have NSTP, understanding the self, and Filipino. Okay, and then of course, these are your courses for the second semester. You have Filipino 2, we have organic chemistry, Lec and Lab, we have systematics, Lec and Lab, statistical biology, it's a fused Lec and Lab subject. We have theology 2, we have PE 2, we have NSTP 2, and we have purposive communication. So first year students, you already know this. These are the subjects that you will be taking in the next 2 terms. Okay, now for the second year biology students, you will be having, in general, microbiology, Lec and Lab, ecology, Lec and Lab, analytical chemistry, Lec and Lab. We have PE, PE3, we have Read PH, Philippine history, you have theology 3, and then for the second semester, you'll be having evolutionary biology, Lec and Lab, you have genetics, Lec and Lab, biochemistry, Lec and Lab, literature 1, PE4, and theology 4. And then added to this would be for the environmental biology track, they have classes during the special term, second year special term, they have field biology and collections management, Lec and Lab. This class was supposed to be held in the field for 2 months, and we were really looking forward to it. However, as the first batch already discovered, because of the pandemic, we were not able to do this, okay? And do not feel that it detracts from the quality of education. I'll discuss this later in my discussion. Now, for third year medical biology, know, guys, that for the first 2 years of your life in the department for biology tracks, you will have the same subjects. But in your third year, you will start having different courses already. This is the beauty of having the different tracks, because during BS biology days, students were always complaining, I did not feel that I was a pre-med student. I did not know if I was an environmental biology student. But now, as early as your third year, you will now have unique courses, meaning you will now start feeling the course that you have chosen for yourself. Now, so for the medical biology, for the first semester, for the first term, you will have the contemporary world, then you have life and works of Rizal, cell and molecular biology, biophysics, and then STS. I'd like to mention that for the STS of the sciences, this will not be taught by our science teachers. It will be taught by sociology teachers. And there's a beauty in how this is taught. Science, technology, and society. Know, guys, that you're already science students. You've had enough of science. We need the sociological component of STS. And that's why it's the sociology teachers who will teach you. Much in the same way that for the non-science courses, they already have enough of the sociological component. That's why it is the science teachers that are teaching STS for them. Now, for the second semester for medical biology, you'll now have physiology, lec and lab, developmental biology, lec and lab, medical parasitology, lec and lab, biochemistry 2, which is, I think, just a lecture. Now you'll have your research 1, and then you'll also have your unique practicum courses. For industrial biology, okay, your first semester will be very similar to the med bio, but in your second term, things will start looking interesting. You'll have physiology lab, also developmental biology, but now you'll have plant and animal tissue culture, as well as research and practical. For the environmental biology, your first term courses are the same as with the others, but then in your second semester, you'll now have unique courses, which include animal morphology and anatomy, as well as all the other courses that are similar to the biology tracks in general. Now, for the fourth year medical biology, this is the time when you'll have unique courses that are not shared with the other tracks. So you have art appreciation, a general education course. Aside from your physiology in the past term, you'll now have human anatomy and physiology. And you have histo and histopathology, histology and histopathology. Then you have your unique professional electives, and then your research too. For the second semester, you'll now have very unique courses tailor-suited to your track: molecular medicine, immunology, medical microbiology, as well as a second set of professional electives. Then you'll have ethics, a general elective, and then research 3, of course, when you have to defend your research already. For industrial biology, fourth year, okay, you will have these courses: art appreciation for the first term, industrial biotechnology, lec and lab, current techniques in industrial biology, lec and lab. You'll have your professional electives, and you have your research too, where you'll be working on your thesis. And for the second term, you'll have more tailor-made courses for you. You'll have bioinformatics, immunology, genomics and proteomics, lec and lab, professional electives. You have ethics, elective 1, the general electives, as well as, of course, again, research 3, where you will finalize and defend your thesis. For the environmental biology, first term, you'll have your plant morphology and anatomy, terrestrial ecology, and your professional elective and research too. And then for the second semester, very, very clearly defined courses that are tailor fit for you, suited for you and your needs. You have marine biology, lec and lab, freshwater biology, lec and lab, principles of biodiversity and conservation. You have your second set of professional electives. You have your ethics, your first set of general electives, and then, of course, your third installment of research where you'll defend your thesis. For microbiology, okay, for the students of microbiology, you will have organic chemistry, bacteriology, like lab. This is for your first year. So take note that even as early as first year, your microbiology courses are different now from the biology tracks. Excuse me. So you'll have organic chemistry, bacteriology, Christian Theology 1, PE 1, and STP 1, Understanding the Self, Mathematics in the Modern World, and Filipino 1. You'll also have, excuse me, in the second term, Filipino 2, Mycology, Lec and Lab, Phycology, Lec and Lab, Statistical Biology, Theology 2, PE2, and STP2, and Purposive Communication. For your second year, you'll have Protozoology and Parasitology, Lec and Lab, Analytical Microbiology, Lec and Lab, Analytical Chemistry, Lec and Lab, PE, you have Read PH, and Theology 3. And then in your second term, you'll have Cell and Molecular Biology, Microbial Systematics and Evolution, Lec and Lab, Biochemistry, Lec and Lab, Literature 1, PE 4, and Theology 4. And then for your third year, you'll have the Contemporary World, Life and Works of Rizal, Microbial Genetics, Tech and Lab, Biophysics, Tech and Lab, and then your STS to be taught by the sociology teachers. Then you'll have for the second term, Microbial Physiology, Virology, Microbial Ecology, Lec and Lab. You have your first set of general electives. Then you have your research one where you start your research work, and then of course your practicum. For third year, you have for the first term, Industrial Microbiology and Biotechnology, Food Microbiology, Laboratory Management, the first set of professional electives, Research 2, and Art Appreciation. And then for the second term, you have Medical Microbiology, Immunology, Pharmaceutical Microbiology, the second set of professional electives, Ethics, and the third installment of Research. Now, one of the unique things that we had for all of you fourth year students would be the professional electives. Now, I've met with your class presidents past term and then special term and now. And the reason why the professional electives are being offered is to add to the uniqueness of your experience in the department. Take note, I mentioned earlier that many students in the general biology programs complained that they did not feel that they were pre-med students. They did not feel that they were ready for medicine. And even those who studied for environmental sciences, those who entered environmental studies, they said that they did not feel that they were being geared towards environmental studies. They just thought it was a general, biology course. And even for the microbiology students, the professional electives were part of the reason why the various curricula were changed. The professional electives allow us to invite experts in their various disciplines, and they will be teaching you very unique subjects that are not commonly offered in the curriculum. And this changes over time, and this allows you to be better prepared for your eventual higher degrees. And even if you decide to go into the workforce after graduation, you are better prepared because you experience being taught by experts in these fields. Okay, nakatikim na kayo, you're able to have a taste of the life of these various professions. Now, for this term, the various electives that we offered include epidemiology, principles of antimicrobial therapy, pathophysiology, virology and vaccine research, principles of gene manipulation, pharmacology, bioanalytical chemistry, cancer biology, and the illegal wildlife trade. And they're taught by researchers, by faculty, by doctors who are experts in their field. And you are undergoing this course now for the fourth year students. Know that these electives come in various cycles. Some of them may be available in for the second batch of professional electives. Some of them may not be available, but they will be replaced by new subjects or new courses. Like 2 new courses that we will be offering for the next term are uh, allergology and vaccinology. And I think if things go well, we'll also be offering forensic science, okay, forensic medicine. Now, I know that for the 4th year, you know this very well, that there was a problem in the offering of professional electives for your batch for the first time, because the schedule of the electives was not done universally. When you say electives, it has to be in one time, and all of you can choose the various electives. But a problem occurred, and they were offered as a separate subject in your courses. And that is why our hands were tied when we had to offer these to you. And we did the best that we could to allow you still to have at least a choice of what you need to study or you want to study. Know that for the second term and for the lower years, the third, the second, and the first year, when you reach your 4th year, we are ironing the kinks in the system, and we are going to normalize the schedules of professional electives to ensure that everyone has a fair chance of getting the elective courses that they want. Okay? Now, another interesting aspect of the new curriculum would be the practicum. For the microbiology courses, they've always had their practicum because many or most microbiology students, even though many of them enter medicine, a lot of them immediately enter the industrial workforce. And practicum was always being offered for the BS microbiology to get them prepared, to get them to experience working outside the university, so that when they would enter industry, they would already have their feet wet, they would already have their experience, and they would hit the ground running. And we used that in the new curriculum to offer it to all the biology tracks as well. And this is the first time that we offer this for the 4th year students. We started this last term, went through the special term, and because of the pandemic, extended the practicum up until November of this year. Now, guys, I know that not only is it unique that you're getting your practicum, but one added layer is the fact that you're taking an online practicum. Guys, we know, we understand that it would have been so exciting, it would have been so good if you had your practicum face to face in the various offices. It would be such an interesting experience for you to leave. For example, every Friday, you'd attend 1 or 2 classes in school, and then you'd commute, go to the different offices, our partner institutions, and then you work there until you've completed the required number of hours. Not only would you have expanded your horizon, you would feel yourself being professionals. And it's really good training. However, like I said, because of the pandemic, we were only able to offer an online practicum for now. It does not detract in any way from the quality of the education and the experience that you get. I have been meeting with your practicum coordinators. I've been shown, some of the things that you've experienced, the conferences, the sessions with your partner institutions, and I know for a fact that many of you are happy and elated to be part of these programs. Many of you are there side by side with medical students, with interns, professionals in the field. And for the environmental science students, biology students, you're working with data of the BMB and the DNR, no? So I'm very happy for you. Please don't feel that just because it's an online practicum, it's of a lesser quality. No. This helps you establish your identity as med bio students, as industrial bio students, as microbiology students, as environmental biology students, and it helps you develop the confidence and skills that you need when you enter the workforce later on. So these are just a snippet of the various agencies, the partner institutions that we work with, you will see, no, that these are really top caliber institutions, and you know you're getting the best experience from them. So these are just examples of what has been shared to me by your various practicum coordinators and facilitators. So I really know that you're getting the experience that you need. No, some were. I know that some students were really excited when they were able to see sessions by the medical doctors. No, like for example, may mga gender reassignment or yung mga sa mga obstetrics and gynecology, and even I think dun sa cardiology, no? So I'm very happy that many of you have realized the importance of this practicum and that you've enjoyed your experience in the practicum course. So again, these are some of the things, no, that were being done. And I'd like to thank the practicum facilitators and coordinators who have extended their management of your sections, no, of your classes, despite the fact that the course is already finished for them. They've decided to stay on and help you until you finish your required number of hours. So for the fourth year, no, congratulations for undergoing the first batch of online practicum. For the third, second, and first year students, this is something for you to look forward to, okay? Now, just to give you a slice of information about the performance of the students during the past 2 terms. For the second term, academic year 2019-2020, 59 students got or were included in the St. Albert the Great Honors List awardee, and there were 381 Dean's Listers. Remember, the second term was the first, second term 2019-2020 was the first fully online semester that we had. And then for the first terms, academic year 2020-2021, we had 239 St. Albert the Great Honors List awardees and 773 Dean's Listers. Of course, guys, this is an artifact of the fact that we had our online classes and students were better able to focus on their classes. And of course, it's a synergistic effect, no, of many factors that help students to get very high grades and become part of this elite group of students. Now, many of our students excel in the field of research, no? Again, this is just a small snippet of students who have gotten recognition locally as well as internationally, not just in quiz shows, but also in poster presentations and paper presentations. Know, guys, that you don't need to reach your fourth year to be able to collaborate with your teachers or for you to be recruited for quiz bees. I know for a fact that many of you already want to do research. I know for a fact that many of you already want to enter quiz shows. Please tell your advisors, please tell your teachers. Like for example, if you're very interested in cell and molecular biology, you talk to your teacher, you tell them, "Sir, ma'am, is there a way for me to be involved in the research of yourself and your co-researchers? You know, I would love to participate." So you don't have to wait until your fourth year, guys. Just communicate with your teachers as you get to see them in your classes. And for all you know, your teachers may have ongoing researches. They may have ongoing funded activities, and they will be really interested in and enthusiastic in taking you on. Like I said, we have to stop the mentality that you're just sitting in class and getting in the education that you want. Now is the time for us to be participative. Feel free to explore the possibilities of research because it will broaden your horizons, whether you enter medicine, industry, or or the work environment. it will broaden your personal and professional world. Okay, you'll be the better for it. So we may not be able to show all the student achievements, but know that our students are world class. Again, as you can see, no, many students, many of our awardees are not even into their research yet, but they were already able to collaborate with various teachers, not just in the department, but also in within the College of Science. They're working on novel drugs for the treatment of TB or COVID. So make sure to inform your teachers if you want to experience research. And I'm pretty sure your teachers will be very, very happy to accommodate you. Okay? Like I said, that is what symbiosis is all about. It's not just the teachers there, the students here, and we're just teaching and then you're learning. Symbiosis means working together. We open all the range of possibilities of every type of interaction that's possible between the academe and the student. Now, we've reached the end of my part in symbiosis. I'm pretty sure we'll have other components of the program as we proceed. To end my talk, no, I just want to be more personal with you guys, because most of what I said was just matter of fact things that we discuss with the students all the time. But we are in different times, okay? And I want to be more personal with you in discussing a few important matters. Many of you are asking, guys, about the fate of face-to-face classes. I know many students have been asking me, sir, will we ever have face-to-face classes again? When will it be? How will it be done? Guys, know that the university is always keeping tabs with current quarantine implementations. The university is always meeting with the deans and the chairs to plan what will happen if cases go down, what will happen if cases go up. Your safety is the most important of all. And for now, the best medium, the best platform that we have for you would be to continue the enriched mode of face-to-face, of virtual learning, which means we will still have to continue with our online sessions, synchronous as well as asynchronous. You know for a fact that for the health allied or health related courses like medicine or pharmacy, they're already allowed to hold limited face-to-face sessions because, of course, there are some skills that can never be fully learned online. But for the biology and microbiology courses, for now, we feel that we can still manage using online platforms. We do not know when face-to-face classes will resume. Who knows in the next term if the vaccination schedules are productive, if the vaccination works, then cases will plummet. If the pandemic runs its course, cases will go down. And if, how can I say it, if measures are practiced to ensure your safety, then we may be allowed face-to-face classes for select courses, especially laboratory courses, and even then, only laboratory courses that necessitate actual hands-on activities. But know that your safety is our primary concern, and know that quality of education is not sacrificed in any way. The university already has plans for when face-to-face classes will resume. We will have refresher courses to allow you to go back to your previous only online courses. Like for example, in microbiology, let's say basic microbiology, even though you finished it last term, we will have refresher courses so that you'll be able to practice how to streak, how to mix, how to do this and how to do that. There are plans in place. So don't think that we're just leaving you up in the air, okay? The university will always have your best welfare in mind, both in terms of health, your personal safety, as well as your academic preparedness. We will not leave you hanging in the air. And we will ensure that if you graduate, when you graduate, you will be as prepared as anyone locally or internationally. So let's just wait, okay? Let's just wait. I understand it's hard. It's hard for you. It's hard for the faculty. I'm locked up in my mountain retreat. I've been locked up here, for several months already. So we're suffering. We're all in the same boat. So know that things are being done to address the situation. Like I said, many students are concerned about the quality of education. Sir, I feel that I'm not getting the best, education if it's purely online. Guys, know that we have modified all our course content. We've modified our pedagogy. We're constantly modifying things to best deliver quality education to you. It may not be on the same level as face-to-face classes, but we are still at par with the best online courses. We are always dealing with uh, what's this online apps, online programs that will help you facilitate or get the best education. The university is paying for these, for your chemistry courses or for your courses that require that you access online learning platforms. We are constantly evolving and developing to allow you to get the best level of education given the situation. So do not worry that quality is being compromised. Okay. And like I said, even if we finish, even if you graduate, even if we only have 1 or 2 semesters of face-to-face classes, we will make sure that you catch up and get the skills that you need. Now, all of us are challenged, guys, financially, emotionally, academically, physically. I have been in constant communication with many students. A lot of students are facing financial difficulties. A lot of students are facing stress, physical as well as emotional. And a lot of students cannot cope with a purely online platform learning model. All I'm saying, guys, is if you feel these things, do not be ashamed. Do not think that you are a lesser person. As I mentioned to you, we are all in the same boat. We all are experiencing this and we are all being affected by it. I am chair of the department, but my close friends, the dean knows that I've suffered from bouts of burnout. Many of your teachers have already had their experiences with burnout because remember, we're all trapped inside our homes. Even if you have the best facilities, it's still a different feeling, And what more if your parents' jobs are affected, if your parents or family get sick? What if you get sick, Worrying alone is an issue in itself. All I want to tell you guys is if you feel these things, if you experience these things, you are not alone. All of us are feeling it. It is normal given these times. And this is what I want to remind everyone. When we use the word pandemic, it blunts the severity of the situation, guys. whenever I talk to my students, I always tell them, we're not in a pandemic. We are in the middle of a plague. A plague is scarier, you know? Pandemic is science talk. We're in the middle of a plague, and anything you feel is normal. Now, many of us can manage, but if you feel that you cannot manage anymore, know that there are many things that you can do. Talk to your family, talk to your advisor, contact the guidance office. We have excellent guidance counselors who will help you at any time. If you feel that you're physically sick, you go to your portal and then you access SOMEDS, and the doctors there will respond very fast. Excuse me if I took a sip, no? There are some faculty members, some students who got sick with COVID as well as non-COVID illnesses. And then I asked them to access the TOMEDs in your portals. And within 30 minutes, the doctors in the health service were able to contact them. They gave them advice, they gave them prescriptions, they gave them everything. So do not be ashamed, guys. Seek help if and when you need it. Anything you feel is normal and justified. Like I said, guys, we live in challenging times. We are living in the middle of a plague. Before, we would only read about the plague, you know, the Spanish flu, the biblical plagues. But now we are living through one of the greatest threats, you know, to our health. The fact that we are still here meeting in a general assembly, the fact that we're still able to study means that we're able to push through. You know, life goes on. It's not as bad as it is. You know, but know that these are really challenging times. It's not normal. The word new normal doesn't describe the normal that we have. I want you all to embrace the reality of our current situation. Let us not put our lives on hold. Let us not just say, you know, I'll pick up the pieces after the pandemic. You know, I'll just focus more on my studies after the pandemic. I'll pick up, you know, my hobbies after the pandemic. Everything will be after the pandemic. No. Embrace the reality of where you are right now. Meaning, accept that this is the situation and work to resolve your issues. Divert your attention, address your problems, you know, because this is not going away anytime soon. Make the most of what we have on hand. Take the time out to discover new hobbies. Take the time out to develop new interests. Take the time out to volunteer. Take the time out to improve your grades. Now is the best time to focus on your academics. If you can still do it, you know, if you have the focus, if you have the drive. Because everything is just there, you know. The online learning is, I'm not saying it's the best, but it's the most conducive for you to be able to focus. You won't have to worry about traffic. You won't have to worry about going late to class. So make the most of what we have. Our Blackboard, our cloud campus, the online access to the library, the internet. Wag lang puro mga K-pop at mga Korean drama, ha? Make full use of all the resources you have and the time that you have on hand. Face challenges head on. If you get sick, address it. If you feel tired, you rest. If you feel burnt out, take a break. You know, accept these challenges and address these issues right away. But we have to recognize and accept our limits. It's not enough to say, ang dami kong problema, but, you know, kaya ko to, but you're already suffering. Know what your limits are. And even though we're on the same boat, our positions in the boat are different. Some people will weather the storm. Some are in more dire straits. Some experience it differently than others. Accept your limits. If you need to rest, you rest. And even though I do not encourage it, if financially, if emotionally, health wise, you need to take a break, do so. Okay? Do so. Do not be ashamed that you will be left behind by your batchmates. Do not be ashamed that you will skip one semester. Guys, priorities are important and your health is top priority. You can always come back. You can always come back. But always know to recognize and accept our limits. And know your priorities, guys. Your family, your finances, your studies, and your health are all important priorities. Know how to juggle things around, but when push comes to shove, know what your priorities are. Okay? I'm not here to tell you studies are more important than health. I'm not here telling you health is more important than studies. You, above everyone else, will know what your priorities are. Okay? Balance is key. Studies, hobbies, interests, health. Make sure that you take the time to balance your life. When you're cooped up inside the house, seeing the same people, seeing the same walls, it's very hard to seem to balance things. But know that we can do it, and balance is always the key. Don't pour all your energy into studies. It might be it might be so weird for the chair to say this, but if you burn out from too much studies, then that's bad. But then do not neglect your studies. You develop new interests. Become a plantito, become a plantita, get an aquarium, volunteer online, volunteer to help your neighbors. Do all these things to keep your mind and your body occupied. Guys, remember, we're in the middle of a plague. We're in the middle of a pandemic, but this will pass. We do not know when, we do not know how, but it will pass. And it is important that if and when it passes, we made full use of the time that was given to us. And we still made our lives qualitatively and quantitatively better, than if we did nothing at all. Okay, so that is my advice to everyone. Now, guys, remember that even though we're far apart, even though we're all in our homes, you can always be in contact with us. The developments in the college, the developments in the department, know that our social media presence is, we're available on several platforms, and know that you can reach us in many ways. Okay, so for example, the College of Science has its Facebook page, the university has its Facebook page, the department has its Facebook page, and di ba, hindi ko alam, may Instagram na pala, UST Bio. Guys, my generation is not more on technology, but know that for you, you have that platform. Also, guys, know that we have a YouTube account, and from time to time, we will make lectures available there. Yung mga videos of dissections or whatever, we are developing these, and we will be able to load these on YouTube, and you can get access to these. Now, I'd like to remind everyone, guys, that although you can reach your teachers through their personal email accounts, di ba? Alam nyo na, just like you have your email account, your teachers have their own email accounts. So for example, sa akin, you have my initials, no? R, and then first letter of my first name, and then B for my middle name, and then Pavia, and then at usd.edu.ph. You can search your teacher's emails if they haven't given it to you yet. But guys, for department-related concerns, let's say you need to talk to the chair, you have a concern, you have a question, it's best to send it to the biology department email. And it's here, biology.sci@usd.edu.ph. Because if you send it to our personal emails, sometimes it gets flooded. Especially like, for example, sometimes as a chair, I get so many emails, it gets flooded, nauurong siya to the latter part, and I may not be able to address it in time. So if you have a pressing school-related concern, no matter how small you think it is, make sure to email it to biology.sci for biology department concerns. For college-related concerns, you email the College of Science official email. And then the secretaries will sort those emails and send them to the concerned persons as soon as possible. And then try to settle issues or concerns or questions at the department level first before proceeding to the college level. Okay? Now, so that ends my talk about the department, no? And I would like to thank all of you for staying up until this time, no? And I'm sure the program is still not finished. So I hope you stay until the end of the program. In behalf of all the faculty members of the College of Science, now I'd like to thank you for listening to my presentation regarding the department. Thank you for attending our program, and I hope you stay until the very end of this program. So thank you, teachers. Thank you, students. Please stay. There are still some more parts of the program to come. And stay safe all the time. Be safe. Thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pavia, for reminding us about our humble roots and for keeping us in tune with the current endeavors, activities, and achievements of the department. Like what Sir Pavia mentioned during his opening statement, we are in a symbiotic relationship. This only goes to show that even in this remote learning environment, the department, through its chair and all faculty members and staff, is giving 101% effort to promote holistic development and provide you with a truly Tomasian educational experience. This vibrant community of academics is pushing the frontiers of the field, be it in terms of pedagogy or research outputs. We celebrate these milestones as a family because these won't come into fruition if not for the active participation of you guys, our dear students. Now moving on, like what I said a while ago, your journey with us as future Tomasian biologists and microbiologists will go a long way as you go forth and embark on your own career paths. As a Tomasian biologist myself, I can attest to how my experiences as a student molded me into becoming a well-rounded professional, as in literally, as in literal na bilog, and figuratively. And to give us a glimpse into what could await us in the professional world, we have invited distinguished biology and microbiology alumni to recount their fondest memories and experiences as students and how the program prepared them for their respective fields. First off, we have an alumnus of the BS Biology program batch 2009, who is currently a practicing diagnostic and interventional radiologist at the National Kidney and Transplant Institute in Quezon City. Everyone, please welcome Dr. Rudolph Kuhn. Now, Dr. Kuhn will also be joined by another alumna of batch 2009, this time from the BS Microbiology program. She recently completed her Doctor of Philosophy degree in microbiology at Monash University, Australia, where she worked on the applications of lichens and endolychenic fungi in drug discovery using a metabolomics-based approach. She currently works as a postdoctoral fellow at the same university. She's none other than Dr. Cristel Angelique Santiago. And lastly, we have an alumna of the BS Biology program, batch 2014, and is presently affiliated with ASEAN Center for Biodiversity as an executive officer. Please welcome Ms. Jonah Vasquez. We also have our ever active and ever reliable UST Biology and Microbiology societies to help us interview our distinguished alumni. For our dear freshmen, please do note that UST Biology and UST Microbiology societies are the official academic societies for your respective programs. Currently, UST Biology Society is headed by Ms. Rose Angela Goko, while the UST Microbiology Society is under the helm of Ms. Micah Angela Punay. And without further ado, let us hear what they have to share.
I'm Dr. Rudolph Kuhn. I graduated UST Biology, BS Biology back in 2009. And then I also took my MD, Doctor of Medicine, also at UST. And right now, I'm a diagnostic and interventional radiologist at the National Kidney and Transplant Institute.
Hi, good day everyone. I am Jonna Vasquez. I graduated BS Biology in UST in 2014. I am currently the Executive Officer of the ASEAN Center for Biodiversity, and I was a former project officer in the Biodiversity Management Bureau in the DENR.
I'm Crystal Angelique Santiago, and I took BS Microbiology in UST in 2009, batch 2009. And currently, I'm a postdoc research fellow in Monash University, Malaysia. So yeah, I'm doing more on applied microbiology here.
A balanced college life is the way to go. And I would joke with some of my friends that parang hindi BS Biology, kundi parang BS Org yung pinasukan namin. I really think it helps you develop certain personality traits and certain skills that you will use throughout your professional life. So way back in my college years, I was involved with the College of Science Journal, where I was its editor in my senior year. And I was also an officer for the Science Debate and Drama Society. I'm not sure if it's still buhay pa ba siya. Parang iba na yung layunin niya ngayon. Anyway, I was also committee head for the Biology Society. And I was also active, and I was a member, although active is quite broad in that sense, for Microbiology Society. Siguro din because my research had to do a lot with microbiology, and also with the Applied Physics Society.
During my college years, I was a member of the UST Biology Society. So I was a member since first year, and then in my senior year, I was elected secretary of the executive board. I was a chair in the academics committee and Eco Watch, Eco Act. I'm not sure if you still have that. So that's the environmental committee of the UST Biology Society. And also, I was participating in some activities kasi I was part of the UST SDBS, yung Drama and Debate Society. So, in the drama part, pero sometimes in the debate also. And then, yun, may mga univ orgs din ako, pero hindi na rin masyado nakapag-active media artrix. So, kasi medyo nasa theater din ako nung high school. I tried pero kailangan pumili lang ng kailangan mong i-prioritize. So, ang pinrioritize ko na org is the USD Biosoc. And how I balance my studies with org duties, more on time management eh. Like talagang planning your day, planning your week. You will be prioritizing, and you will be listing yung mga things to do, things to be done in a certain schedule, and somehow you will be surprised kung gaano karami yung mga na-accomplish mo in a week, in a month, etc. And yun, tapos to those who are in student organizations, more on, you don't need to do all the things by yourself or by a small group of people. More on organize people and conduct effective and proper delegation of tasks. Kasi always be reminded that the small things doing small things will contribute or result to a greater outcome. Parang ganun. And then, siguro it's an invitation din to other people to join organizations or to belong in organizations, not only in UST Biology Society or Biosoc, kasi it will help you in your college life to be acquainted or to have friends in the higher batch will give you, will help you or guide you or give you advices in your college life. And at the same time, you will gain networks of students, networks of professors, kasi sila talaga yung tutulong sa'yo in your college life.
Oo, nung third year, I think, I was the head of the academics committee sa Microsoft. So, kami yung assigned for, merong mga talk, like for a specific period, I think, especially pagka Science Week. So that's what actually what I did. Me and I got an assistant. Until now, I cannot remember her name. So, basta napakagaling niyang bata. Yeah, lower batch sa akin. Yeah, because madali lang yan. I actually don't believe that you have to manage your time. Sa akin kasi, you have to manage yourself. Okay, kasi yung time kasi ano na yan andyan na siya. Okay, so it's just you. So, nung time ko, pag alam ko na magkakaroon ng exam, pag may mga lab reports, so gagawin ko na agad ahead of time. Hindi na ako maghihintay. Tapos, and another thing, kasi kapag sa organization ka naman or sa committee, you're not alone. So, I learned how to delegate my work. Para hindi ako lang yung nahihirapan. Kasi hindi mo naman pwedeng solohin palagi. Diba? So, yeah, that's what I did.
I cherished all my experiences siguro in the lab. It's really a nice way to hone your skills and to do something na applied aspects natutunan mo sa theoreticals. Ano bang memorable? Siyempre, iba't ibang dissection, no? From frog, and then we went over to shark, and then cat dissection. I think I'm not sure if it's still being done. Iba na yata yung dissection din ngayon. And then, well, back then I already somehow knew I wanted to do something medical, so I liked a lot yung mga microbiology experiments where you could culture microorganisms and do all the things that also are being done in the hospital setting. So that was a fun experience. Maybe aside from the lab, maganda din yung mga field trips, no? That was a really memorable experience, not just for learning, but also as a bonding moment with all your batchmates. And other than the field trips, yung field trips din with your thesis group, no? If you do some environmental environmentally geared research projects. Napakaganda din it really widens your scope, no? That learning is not just confined to what you see in your books or what you read in your books, but there's so much more to it.
Favorite memory during my college year, well, most talaga yung fieldworks, no? Kasi talagang you're out there. Actually, yung fieldwork nga yung nag-help or nag-inspire sa akin to pursue working or pursuing my profession in the environmental or conservation sector, no? And then, so aside from the fieldworks, kasi given na yon, favorite memory siguro is mga dissection din. Comparative anatomy, and then yung parang you're treating Hyman's comparative anatomy book as a treasure map to look into the to the anatomy of the cat and the other vertebrate animal. And yun, another memory na I will never forget probably is mga practical exams. If you remember or you experience the practical exams on stations, tapos you move to the next stations, tapos may bell. Wag lang talagang galawin yung specimen, no? Or yung station na yon. That's a mortal sin. If you move the microscope or you move the pin, referring to kung ano yung structure na kailangan identify. Tapos, in the end, yun, fun pa rin yun kasi it's another thing to look forward to. Not necessarily, hindi yung traditional way of taking exams and taking long tests. Nakapag-exercise ka pa in a way. And yan, it's fun.
Honestly, those were some of my lowest grades. Comparative anatomy and embryology. Lalo na yung napakaliit na tadpole, di ba? And you sundan mo siya yung growth. And I'm friends with Dr. Nikki. I think yung isa siya sa mga profs niyo ngayon. And I've just heard from him how gruesome it is din para sa inyo. So, it's really an experience that has transcended generations. It's really a love-hate relationship, and if you guys have difficulties with it, I really know where it comes from. But, and then yung bell, katulad na sinabi ni Ma'am Jonah Vasquez, parang parang it makes your heart race, no?
Dreadful.
So if you maybe it can serve as an inspiration, no matter how you find it, how difficult you find it, I think you can transcend that moment and how would you say, parang learn out of it. And it makes you a stronger person. And then whatever your future studies are, whether you take medical biology, maybe you get a medical degree or you get a master's. I think it really or even for your professional growth in whatever field you eventually venture into. I think it really makes you a better professional, that you are able to withstand this pressure and make the best out of it.
The first one was no very very first day ng lab namin, microlab. Nung wala kaming alam na hindi namin alam na may yung autoclave. Kasi nung time na yun, hindi naman kami yung mismo nag-autoclave. Parang pinaprepare lang, kasi ibibigay na lang kay Mang Tony. I mean, that time si Mang Tony yung lab technician namin. And then, that time, yung professor namin ay si Sir Tom. So, he was very strict during our time, you know. na sinabi sa amin na you have to finish everything at exactly 1 o'clock dahil kapag hindi umabot yan sa autoclave, then that's it. So in short, sa amin parang hala, wala na kaming lab report, bagsak na kami, ganyan. So panic mode kasi parang naman kami talagang, hindi naman kami expert kasi first time nga eh. Na alam mo yun, parang very memorable kasi parang instantly tumalino kaming lahat. Parang dala ng pangangailangan.
We are actually close ni Doc Papa even after I graduated. He was we are alam mo yun, parang continuous yung mga exchanges of messages namin lalo nung nasa DNR na ako. When we need help on scientific basis na policy, scientific based policies sa BMB or yung Bureau for Biodiversity, UST help in crafting those policies and helping the staff or personnel ng BMB na maging what do you call this, maging trained in conducting surveys for reptiles and other kinds of methodologies. Tapos those were translated. So yung mga policies na ginagawa in the bureau was science-based kasi nag-ask kami ng help from the academe, parang ganon. So yun, and other stuff, yun yung isa sa mga memorable ko kasi yun, I think I will not be close with my professors before. Yan, sila Doc Papa, sila Sir Pavia, sila Ma'am Jesmos. If yun nga, hindi ako nakasama sa organization or sa UST Biosop. And yun, they really helped me a lot and they actually prepared me and until now, nung nakakausap ko sila, helped me in my professional life.
Let us appreciate all that your professors do. It's a big challenge for them to be teaching the material and to make very difficult concepts palatable and understandable for each and every one of you.
Noong time ko, I really appreciated Sir Tom, lalo na nung time na sinabi ko sa inyo na I ran for presidency, right? And then I lost. Seriously, that was a very funny and annoying experience. But then, the good thing here is that, doon ko talaga na-appreciate si Sir kasi he really stood by me. Like, Sir Tom really tried to push me up. Na parang, hayaan mo lang yan. Na, sige, hindi ka nanalo. So what? Hindi naman kawalan yan. At least you experience, you know what to do, like, sa mga gantong pagkakataon. And at the same time, he was the one who really pushed me to do even better.
Not learn for school, but for life. So goes a famous Latin literary idiom. And I think that really encapsulates learning at the UST College of Science and its biology program. The biology program offers really an holistic take on education, which goes beyond memorization and focuses on a strong drive for research, passion for lifelong learning, and also skills for active problem solving. In my own experience for the 4 years at the College of Science, I honed my skills in key areas of practice and broader life, such as public speaking, writing, leadership, analytical thinking. These are soft skills. They are not really what we learn, but there's something we learn along the way. And truly, education extends beyond the confines of the four corners of the classroom. So, good job, everyone. Keep on learning and enjoy the ride that is college life.
The message for the biology students is, while pursuing, of course, excellence, be reminded to actually, love or who really want what you do, Kasi there will be a time that it will really get difficult and hopeless. and you will be spending more time on your books, on your laptops, instead of spending time with your family and your friends. Tapos, if you love what you do, no, if you learn to, to really put into mind na you're not just memorizing, and you're not just memorizing this yung mga kailangang aralin, but putting it into heart and into mind, you will still get up anyway, kahit after the 3 hours sleep, no? Kasi nag-aaral ka. And then yung passion, yung grit, yung commitment mo on this will fuel you up, really. It will start yung a fire in you that will help you keep on going. And after in college, no, this is what's actually what I like about the department sa biology. Like talagang hindi lang yun, as what Dr. Con said, hindi ka lang tinuturuan ng yung technicals, yung mga yung scientific stuff, yung biology as a subject itself, no. You learn in life, you learn to love life. Yung process na pinagdadaan mo, na nag-aaral ka with your friends, nahihirapan ka with your classmates and your friends, you work with your professors, you work with different people, you will bring that practice, you will bring that experience in your when you are working na, or whatever you want to pursue in life. You will bring that, you will realize that you will realize kaya ko pala na-experience yun before, kaya pala ako nahirapan kasi mas mahirap pala. Pero I mean, it's given na talagang life is hard, but siguro ang pinaka magandang takeaway dyan or advice is, create relationships din. Enjoy your college life. Be involved. There is a rewarding feeling kasi pag you were able to contribute into something. Tapos when you belong in a community, talagang, kasi talagang pag college, you have to talagang experience friends, ganyan, etc. When you belong in a community that is always giving, no, you will have endless supplies of things to look forward to. And in our case, things to look back. So, yun lang. Parang make memories. Talagang enjoy everything. And at the same time, always strive for excellence.
For the message, I think this one is for everyone. MAPA, hindi nag-online at MAPA, nag-online. I think this is very applicable. Like when you study, first things first, when you study, you have to really do your best. Kahit ano pa yan. Always do your best. Kasi hindi mo alam kung may second time pa. Pwedeng yun na yung final na hindi mo alam na, kunyari, exam pala yun, no? Hindi mo alam. Binasta-basta mo lang. Tapos, doon mo na-realize na, oh my God, exam pala siya. So, dahil hindi mo ginalingan, dahil wala sa character mo yung ganon, so paano na yan? What if let's say dahil doon mababa yung, like, it affected your performance, and at the same time, as a student, for my case, this one is very helpful. Simula nung nag-masters ako, nag-PhD, nag-apply ng trabaho, and when you study as a student, huwag kayong palaging by the book. Alam mo yung mga tinatawag na ng kabisote. Kabisado mo nga, hindi mo pala naintindihan. Alam mo yun? Na palagi ka na lang nag-aaral na, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but make time for other things. Sumali ka sa mga, like, let's say, art competition, sumali ka sa debate, sumali ka sa, I don't know, gusto mo ba sa UAP? I don't know. Kasi, alam mo yun, parang hindi lahat matutunan mo sa book.
The UST Biology Society is the home organization of the most populated BS Biology majors in the Philippines. Our logo isn't red for our passion. The flames are for excellence and versatility. The diversity in nature is for our duty to safeguard the environment from destruction, and the frog is for leaping and achieving success. Founded in 1990, BioSoc aims to foster academic excellence, environmental awareness, and solidarity among its members. The Biology Society has been the avenue for personal growth where you will discover yourself more as you lead with your colleagues as a family, finding comfort outside of your comfort zone. Let's dive in deeper and explore our committees and events. The Academics Committee arranges events and activities that may enhance the learning of the student body, quiz bees, symposia, general assemblies, and more. The Business Committee manages the finances of BioSoc and handles the transactions within the community like our merchandise. Away Committee, Eco Watch, Eco Act. This is the Environmental Committee focusing on achieving BioSoc's mission of promoting environmental awareness and action. The Alumni Committee is the link between the BioSoc family and the outside world, from the BioSoc alumni to potential partnership with sponsors. The Cultural Committee is in charge of the Bio Pool of Talents, which include the Bio Dance Squad and the Bio Talent Guild. The Cultural Committee heads events that showcase students' talents. The Sports Committee hosts activities and events that promote sportsmanship, camaraderie, and healthy competition. The Arts Committee oversees the overall look of BioSoc, from decorating event stage to promoting BioSoc's events online via PubMax. The Docu Committee captures memories through pictures and videos, as well as editing these to be posted online for advertisements and promotions. The Outreach Committee is BioSoc's helping hand. They organize major outreach programs in the areas recognized by the USC Office of Community Development.
All right, many thanks and welcome home to all our distinguished alumni speakers. Really, hearing from their experiences made me recount some of mine as well. And I'm sure that some of the audience and faculty members here who are fellow UST Biology and Microbiology alumni themselves can relate just the same. Thank you as well to UST Biology and Microbiology Societies for facilitating this interview session and for your proactive participation in all the activities of the department. Sobrang sayang because we don't get to do this again face to face, but hopefully the next time around we will be able to do so. You know, there are really so much good stories to tell, but even these good things must eventually come to an end. And to formally close Symbiosis 2.0, we would like to call on another proud Thomasian biologist who is currently serving as our college secretary. Everyone, please welcome Professor Dr. Cecilia Banag Murat.
Good afternoon to everyone, to our dear students, and to my co-faculty members from the Department of Biological Sciences. First of all, congratulations to the organizers for a successful online Symbiosis 2021, for bringing us all together as one DBS family despite our current situation. I would like to close this General Assembly with a message of hope for all of us. This pandemic has affected all of us in one way or another. As we face more challenges along our way, let us all be determined to keep on learning despite the hindrances. This pandemic has caused anxieties, fears, and uncertainties, but we must be capable, strong, and resilient. We can rise above these challenging times and strengthen our faith and not to lose hope that this pandemic will soon be over. As we continue this academic year 2021-2022, I wish everyone, especially our beloved students and faculty members, along with all our family members and friends, to be always healthy. Thank you everyone for attending this online Symbiosis 2021, and let us all hope that our next General Assemblies will no longer be held online. Once again, thank you and may God bless us all.
Thank you, Dr. Murat. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our program. This has been a productive afternoon, which was brought to you by the DBS lecture team of the Department of Biological Sciences, UST Biology Society, and UST Microbiology Society. We would also like to thank you, our dear faculty and students, for taking part in this event. Again, this has been your program host, Paolo Aguilar, wishing you all a great day ahead. Till our next event, thank you and stay safe, everyone.